The biggest difference between those who stay financially stuck and those who build lasting wealth isn't intelligence, luck, or opportunity. It's what they do with their profits. Most people treat income as something to spend. The wealthy treat income as something to reinvest. That single shift in perspective changes everything, because profit, in their hands, isn't an end, it's fuel. It's the starting point of the next stage of growth. Let's be honest, making money is only the first step. Keeping it is the second. But multiplying it, that's where true wealth begins. And this is where most people fall short. When they make a profit from a side hustle, a business, or even an investment, their first instinct is to enjoy it. They buy comfort, status, validation. But the people who grow their wealth faster than inflation, faster than time, see profit differently. They see it as a worker, one that must never retire. Every dollar you earn can either buy you something temporary or build you something permanent. The wealthy choose permanence. They reinvest profits into systems that generate more income, assets that appreciate, or opportunities that expand their reach. Their money has a purpose to multiply, and it does, relentlessly. Here is what most people miss: wealth isn't built by making one big winning decision. It's built through thousands of small reinvestments made consistently over time. The people who understand this live by a simple rule: never let idle money sit still. Money that doesn't move loses value. Inflation eats it. Opportunity costs drain it. But money that circulates intelligently, that gets reinvested, compounds not just financially, but psychologically. Because reinvestment isn't only about finance, it's about discipline. It's about teaching yourself to delay gratification in exchange for exponential rewards. It's easy to spend profits. It feels good. It validates effort. But reinvesting them requires vision, the kind of vision that looks years ahead and understands that every reinvested dollar is a silent employee working 24/7 to grow your future freedom. The wealthy aren't obsessed with income, they're obsessed with ownership. They reinvest to buy equity, to buy leverage, to buy time. They know that true financial independence doesn't come from how much you earn, but from how much you control and how efficiently you grow it. This is why a business owner who reinvests 50% of their profits can surpass someone with a higher salary who reinvests nothing. Over time, that reinvestment snowballs into something unstoppable. Think of it like this: if you have $1,000 and you make 10% on it, you now have $1,100. If you spend the $100, your growth stops there. But if you reinvest it, the next 10% applies to $1,100, not $1,000. That difference seems small, but it becomes massive over years. The compounding curve doesn't just rise, it explodes. And the earlier you start, the less capital you need to make a meaningful difference later. Reinvestment also applies beyond money. Smart investors reinvest time, energy, and knowledge. Every hour they spend learning something new, refining a system, or analyzing a past decision increases their long-term return. That's how the wealthy think. Holistically, profit is never just about cash, it's about capability. Let's take an example. Suppose you start a small online business and make $500 in profit each month. You could spend it on new clothes, dinners, or comfort. Or you could use it to upgrade your tools, buy better marketing, or learn new skills. That reinvestment may not feel exciting at first, but within a year, that $500 could turn into $1,500 monthly profit. Then you repeat. The cycle builds on itself until you're earning enough to reinvest in new ventures entirely. That's how wealth quietly compounds through boring, consistent reinvestment that others overlook. It's the same principle behind every great company, investor, or entrepreneur. Warren Buffett doesn't cash out dividends, he reinvests them. Amazon didn't pay profits for decades. It reinvested everything into growth. Every empire you admire today started as a decision to reinvest rather than withdraw, because profit is potential energy. When you reinvest it, you turn potential into progress. But here's the trap: reinvesting isn't the same as recklessly spending money for growth. Many confuse motion with progress. The key is strategic reinvestment, of putting money back into areas with proven or high probability returns. That could be your business, your portfolio, or your personal education. It could mean building assets that pay you, instead of liabilities that drain you. There's also an emotional layer to this. Reinvesting requires patience and humility, patience to let compounding work its magic, and humility to accept that you don't need to flaunt your progress to prove it as real. The wealthy understand that visible wealth is often fragile. Quiet wealth, built through reinvestment, is durable. It's not about looking rich, it's about becoming untouchable. Every dollar reinvested today buys a small piece of tomorrow's freedom. Every sacrifice compounds into security. And that's the true secret. Reinvestment isn't about greed, it's about independence. It's about building a life where you're no longer at the mercy of circumstances, employers, or trends. Your systems sustain you. So if you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, and you're earning some profit, no matter how small, start thinking like the wealthy few. Don't celebrate the gain, deploy it. Turn each profit into a tool that builds momentum. Reinvest in learning, in building, in improving what earns you money. Over time, your financial ecosystem will expand on its own. And eventually, you'll notice something powerful. You'll stop worrying about how to make more money, because your money will be doing the work for you. That's when wealth stops being theoretical and starts being generational. Disclaimer: this content is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. Always do your own research before making investment or business decisions.